Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to December 2021. We're going to be doing your monthly reading here. And this month is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be sort of looking at things from a more purging perspective. Okay, what doesn't serve you on the process of reaching back out to you? What is it that just doesn't really resonate? And not because it is a sort of a shadow energy in and of itself, but because it's something that you are defining as no longer relevant in where you take yourself. So I want to sort of look at this reading here as a moment where we can kind of say, what really matters to you? And what is it that is allowing you to really address that on every space-time continuum? How do you sort of really address what it is that you're passionate about? What might be holding you back from reconnecting to you, your source self, your source potential? Yeah, let's jump into that, and we're going to work with a few sort of new ways of reading, and I've been wanting to do this actually for some time, where we're going to kind of look at everything in terms of you, and not so much, let's say, reading on, what is so-and-so, doing or saying, or what are they, because it is about you, and stepping back into your role as a creator. Let's jump into it. Let's clear it. Everything is relevant, of course, right? I mean, if we are having a certain interaction with someone very particular and they're really challenging us, they're challenging us to think in new ways, to feel new things, it still will always come back to you. And it should always remain in a state of empowerment ultimately, right? It's like if you're experiencing something, how is it that you are understanding what you feel you need to do to really manifest what you want in this experience? No one can really answer that for you, and we really shouldn't necessarily look at our interactions with others as a space for them to tell us who we are to ourselves. And that could be in the sense of saying, hey, like if I'm in a relationship and I really even respect this person, it's still not their place to tell me what to do in my own life. So this is about empowering you, Pisces. This is about you remembering who you are as a creator, okay? Remembering also here what it is that you would like to manifest, and acknowledging what might be sort of a roadblock in that consciousness, where you say, well, I realize that I want to do this, but then there's something kind of I don't want to say hijacking me, but there's something kind of interrupting the way that I see myself creating this for myself. So let's clear the energy and ground, and let's get into it. Pisces, we're looking at the month of December. And this can be quite challenging, there can be moments where it's like, we don't realize that we've been operating in the shadow space. We don't realize how much we've allowed something to sort of overstep our story. Pisces, let's clear the energy and ground, and we have a new deck here. Pisces. Okay. Pisces, wow. Well, the first card's out. We have the 9 of Wands. The World. Eight of Swords. Let's clear the energy and ground. Pisces. You've been through a lot here, Pisces. You've been through a whole lot here. That's what I'm seeing. The Queen of Cups. This is your own card here in the tarot. The 9 of Swords. of Swords. Pisces, you've been in a really challenging state of mind lately. The Page of Swords upright as well. The base of the Ten of Swords upright. The Page of Wands is in reverse at the base of the Ten of Swords upright. Wow. Well, there's a lot on your shoulders here is what I'm seeing. And we're just going to look at the general energies first, and then we'll get into the sort of the details. But you literally have the last card in the Major Arcana here. I see that there's something that you've been really, really wanting to recognize of your story, of yourself. This is something maybe even that you've been wanting to, in some sense, make peace with, to say, you know what, I'm ready for this now. There is a massive awakening here, Pisces. You've been under a lot of pressure. At times, it's like you felt that it's almost like unfair. This burden. This is kind of interesting because we're looking at conversation around your potential. There is definitely past life energy here at play. And that might be why you feel that there has been something so frustrating here that has felt like it's been almost not acknowledging where you're at in your life, where you feel like your own story or your own experience is almost pulling you beneath the surface of how you see yourself as a creator. You're ready to clear the story around you. You know who you are, Pisces. You don't deserve this. The Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords, could never tell you who you are within the context of this, could never remind you of who you are as a creator. You are not the reminder to who you are. Where you try and then you feel validated. Where you think and then you've understood. That's not what brought you here, Pisces. I feel there's something that you don't want to relate to anymore. Because it doesn't allow you to imagine not the things that you can create, and reconnect to, but because it doesn't allow you to re-inspire the faith of your connection to Source, which is the origin, not of the vision of your future, Pisces. But the vibration. You are not how you think about your potential. You're really not what you do about your potential. You're not here really actually even to create. It is what is already realized. That is in a space of reflecting you. Where you have your story already, Pisces. Who walks with you on that stage? To acknowledge you as the director. This doesn't define you, Pisces. The past. In any way. The portrait. therefore it's not the portrait, Pisces. That makes it real as a reflection of you. It's not even how you've painted it. It's the story itself. You've made a choice to rise above and beyond the ways that you allow conversation to take place around the real you. This includes release of the role that maybe at a certain point in time you had expected others as well to play. Where you say, well, gosh, I can't believe that I did that, but I also can't believe they did that. Pisces, I see that you want to start over with how you relate to others. For some, I feel like there's a sense of embarrassment here. The Eight of Swords and the Queen of Cups, where you know that you've moved through parts of your shadow that were not real. I hear that. That you know don't really comment on passion. And your role as a creator. But they've still been somehow real in your life. Let's clear the energy around. As a recognized storyline, Pisces, I feel that you're releasing the sensation of the necessity of pain to capacitate love of self. I'd like to pull on the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Swords.
It's 3 o'clock.
Because I feel, wow, these are very slippery cards, Pisces. I'm gonna pull this one right here. This is definitely a past life energy, Pisces. experience. Someone who you felt you really were connected to in some way. But that really was very, very saddening, hurtful, unrecognizable, futile. Not because it was those things, but because it wasn't real for you, Pisces. It wasn't really relating to you. Let's clear the ground. It wasn't reminding you of you. I see a lot of effort, a lot of energy, Pisces, moving in a circle. The 9, the 8, the 8. There is almost like an unstoppable storyline. You remind yourself you're now Pisces. You remember that you can rewrite the story at any moment in time. But you, at the center of it, of how you say what you feel in it, as how you connect to you in it, Pisces, with the World of Bright and the Queen of Cups. There are things that we've moved away from already even. But that we are now in a space to recreate with. In other words, how do we take the past, a story of illusory experiences associated with the perception of pain, and re-encounter love? For that very same thing. How do we release victimization, attachment, to the past, stagnancy, release of the self for the sake of others, selfishness towards the self how do we say, just because the garden has grown weeds doesn't mean that the garden is to be abandoned? How do we say, I can consciously choose to remove those weeds in the garden, the ones that I know do not serve my potential of self-perception as a creator, and still have love for the very same garden. Ultimately, Pisces, how do I forgive myself? To regenerate and to remember that it is I who fulfills that which I identify, that I want to experience, to create. Without holding judgment on myself when it comes to how exactly I do that, how I create that life. I see that there's something that you're realizing you were sort of getting into a cycle with, a stagnating sort of cycle with, where, you sort of allowed, the experience to just be what it has been. And there is a moment where you say, I'm ready to regenerate. I want to reinvite myself now into my story. And I'm not scared. I don't have fear. Because I don't face anyone or any very particular destination when I say to myself what I see in me. I don't change. And I have love. I hold a space of gratitude for. My color and vibration I'm responsible for where I take myself, and it is up to me to give platform to my visions. I am a creator. And I clear the conversation around why. I don't need to be told by others why I am right or wrong for loving what it is that I do. I don't adjust my message to move others in their story. I don't owe to others my story either. I reflect myself in every circumstance that I encounter in this dimension. Let me get the cards off the ground. Pisces, I feel like there is a past life connection here that you're very, very worried about. You were very much focused on, and to the point where this connection was making you feel like you owed something to someone, Pisces. I'd like to pull another card on the Nine of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Yes, Pisces. This is a past life energy. It's not up to you, you realize, to remind others of their potential. The King of Pentacles, there we go. And the Ace of Wands upright. Sitting on the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. For whatever reason, I feel that you've been holding on to some sense of almost like guilt, like something that is not really yours. And this can be something generational even. Pisces, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse at the apex of your spread. I feel you've already released this, whatever this says. But there's still a moment where you say, not what I realize I've released, but what I now readmit into my experience as part of me that I've been missing. Truly longing for. Pisces, what have you been denying yourself even with the Magician upright? Could be giving yourself your gifts, your talents, your energy way beyond capacity of reciprocity. The Emperor in reverse, the Tower in reverse. I think, Pisces, what we're coming down to is you in the divine state of your knowingness, your all-knowingness, your all-seeingness of yourself as a creator. But as a vibrational precursor to what you create, not as the human form that success takes on. The human form of what success embodies is to be perceived as or looked upon as in the third dimension. Let's clear it. There's something you're releasing the weight of when it comes to the concept of potential. And I feel that the pressures that have been surrounding that process of creation, which is just actually rather so simple, is coming up now in a new way. You don't need anyone to remind you of who you are. I hear that again. Yeah, Pisces. Some of you, something really kind of maybe even fell apart. It was even maybe a little bit disturbing at a certain point for you. You realized that you put so much out there of yourself as you felt it. And it almost was like a moment, I feel recently, for you Pisces, of realizing that this is an illusion. Not because it's not real, Pisces, but because it's not real for you. Whatever wasn't manifesting here, the sense I get is that you almost realize, I have created this moment of perceived dependence on this thing, this person, this idea, this conversation. The pressure to have any one of those things. Let's clear it. When I realize that it is not actually me who desires even those things, I see a new side to the way I tell my story, with the magician upright. I realize I'm real, no matter what. I don't have to keep thinking about why I'm here. I hear that as well. I don't have to do anything to become a seer of my own light. Some of you are very hurt by someone's behavior. And it could be, right, ultimately, your own, where you realize, I kind of allowed that situation to happen. You know, I kind of gave that person the power to see for me and to tell me and to acknowledge me. I want to pull now something, Pisces, at its core is incompatible with your life. Not your lifestyle, but your overarching mission statement. I want you to think back to when you were young, very, very young. What are the things that you saw of the world around you that you're now somehow afraid of to call out. And when we say young, it can even be, let's say that, you're recently in a partnership, the relationship prior, or the experiences when you were maybe even not in a relationship. What are those things here that you feel you've sacrificed? Yeah, Pisces. Some of you here are feeling really lackluster when it comes to whatever this space is, be it any kind of connection. I'm getting that there's an emotional side here, but there's also a physical side here. Big time. Yes. Some of you have, I'm getting a very strong stalling, stagnant energy in the crown chakra, the third eye, and the heart chakra. Some of you realize that something is real and that you do want something here, but that it's not a reality that you make happen, Pisces. To be honest, I feel that there is this moment where you decide to step back and say, if I see it, it already is. I will not move myself outside of the way that I say that to myself, that I am completely in control of my potential. I don't need anybody to show up for me. That makes me say it in any more of a real way. That I love me. That I know me. And that I will be the answer to my calling. In other words, Pisces, what you've been sort of placing pressure on, even on somebody else with, where you're like, the very silliness of the chatter around the choices of how it is that we choose to manifest. It's not about how we get there, Pisces. It's about the intention to be there already, where you say, I will be one with what I know. The way there does not matter. Does not make it real. We realize we're one with the vision, not with the means of attainment, because it is not that which capacitates the passion, the vibration of love. We don't need a reason to love. This is what I'm hearing, Pisces. We don't need to love, even to love. And be it, in a whatever way, where you felt that you needed to do something very specific for someone, for them to feel, or for you to feel that they feel your love, or vice versa. It's not about that. It's not about that. What I want to do now, Pisces, is pull here a bit on what it is that you are in a space of releasing. Pisces, there's a moment here. I get that you're in this space of saying, I don't need to feel loved to be myself. I heard that. What do we see that you're releasing? We've got the Three of Swords. The Four of Swords. The Three of Cups. Take a deep breath. Magician. The Emperor. Four of Cups in reverse. And the Sun in reverse. Okay. This is related to shadow energy. Things that you realize are not helpful to you when it comes to recognizing yourself as an ultimate creator. What we're looking at here is the Magician, the Emperor, and the Sun as major arcana, and we're looking at the Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Three of Cups, Four of Cups as minor arcana energies. I want to pull further here. Clues. When it comes to the details of this connection. I'm going to cast the runes here. Take a deep breath. Up through the crown chakra. Releasing it and allowing it to clear through the root chakra. Let's clear it and ground. Clearing the whole energy system. Again, up through the crown chakra. Allowing the energy to spiral back down and out through grounding experiences. There's one rune that landed right in my lap, and it is Algits. Let me take a moment here. Pisces. The energies here in the shadow. There's definitely something coming up here from your youth, childhood. I want to actually write this down. So we have here Cancer, the 4th house, the moon, Leo, the 5th house, the sun, Virgo, the 6th house, Mercury, Scorpio, the 8th house, Mars, and Pluto. Sagittarius, the 9th house, Jupiter. We have the 11th house. We have Taurus. We have Mercury. We have the Sun. We have Venus. We have Mars. Chiron. We have Shadow. Aries. Sagittarius, Libra, and Gemini. Now what I'm getting here, Pisces, there's something related to timing here. There's a plan that you have here, but you want to first be able to understand what it is that you don't want to bring forward with you in the storyline, what you are wanting to identify that does not serve you. The shadow of the concept of power, I hear that as well. Let's clear it. With the Emperor and the Magician, yes. So there's something about how you have been manifesting, Pisces, your story that has become a little bit uncomfortable. I see that that's something you want to either introduce a new idea to, or you would like to change. Let me see here for a moment, Pisces. What I'd like to do is create here a new deck for you. like to see further, Pisces, here in greater depth, white, the shadow looks like here this month for you. So to do that, I'm going to need to cut these up so that we can actually have them manageable and movable with the cards. I'm in the process of making a deck, a real deck of cards. And so this is sort of the process here of exploring how exactly I want to set it up. But I want it to be a physical deck and something that is bringing the story of self-empowerment back to you, specifically acknowledging the birth chart. So it's a little heads up. Something that's been sort of on my mind as a project. I've been wanting to make a deck for a few years now, but just been sort of listening to spirit and the guides, the universe, on how to proceed with that exactly. Let's clear it around. Okay, Pisces. Okay. Let's start here with the ones that we've so far cut up. And thank you, Pisces, there for moving with me through the energies as we take it a step further and get a little deeper into these shadow energies with this little deck. Messages, Aquarius, Stellium. Okay, so this is confirmation, major confirmation, Pisces, that you are just about to reimagine the context in which you connect to society in general, the collective. There is a new awakening here for you coming, and it is related to your career. It's related to how it is that you speak about who you are, how you publicize your gifts and your talents. There is something that is transforming. I'd like to pull on the sun, because I feel that this is actually an energy coming towards you, an energy that you are building upon. Okay, Pisces, there is a relationship here from the past that I see you making peace with. It is related to the 5th house, Sun, Leo. It's related to the concept of partnerships in general, maybe even the concept of children, the theme of home. This is a connection that maybe at a certain point was super duper challenging, Pisces, like very, very challenging, like to the point where you almost felt like you could not go on. It was almost like you're stuck, like stagnant. I'd like to pull a little further on that. Some of you are the Fool in reverse. So there's something, Pisces, when it comes to the concept of a home. Some of you could be reconnecting here with someone. For some of you, this is someone who's missing you. The Page of Cups on the floor. Maybe you haven't talked to this individual for quite some time. I want to pull further on the enlightenment and power side of the deck here. And I'm going to carry these little cards we've made over here. There's something of a healing to your past relationships. And okay, let's get the cards now. I'd like to pull now on the energy that you are moving towards. Spirit, please provide Pisces guidance as to what it is that is you need for further activation, attention. Which talents, gifts are in the light for Pisces? Knight of Pentacles upright. I'd like to pull again here. Some of you are on the verge of reestablishing boundaries when it comes to your creative potentials, is what I'm seeing. Let's pull here, Pisces. Transforming and reshaping the way that you see your career could really be a very strong focus here. A very helpful energy. I feel like the more that you try and redefine what career means to you, the more you will feel empowered during the month of December. There's definitely something here for you related to the archetype of Jupiter, Sagittarius, 9th house energies, fire energy. What's interesting is we see the theme of Saturn and Jupiter here next to one another. The more you balance Saturn and Jupiter, the clearer your means of identifying what you would like to start in your life anew will become. So I think that it's kind of a clarifying purpose here that you're coming to with the Knight of Pentacles, not something that you necessarily figure out, if that makes sense. Again, we were releasing the 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 3 of Cups. You know, there is something here that you're sort of, it's a click and a rebalancing. It's clear the energy. It's a recalibrating of energy. And it is maybe even with the chakras, Pisces, as well. The system of your chakras. It's not like, oh, I need to totally move out of that space. It's just, I want to see, oh, I need to have appreciation for all of me, all of my talents, all of my gifts. Let's clear the energy. Emotional release and expression. Wow, Pisces. At the base of the Knight of Pentacles are bright. I feel that you're simplifying the way you see your success. We have memory coming through in second house. This can be you coming into the so-called simple pleasures as well. Of everyday, we can say, life. I'd like to get another card on the Knight of Pentacles, but also the Enlightenment and Power. What is it that is inspiring Pisces? Ooh, the Three of Cups. So, okay, and the Devil's moving out with the Seven of Cups. The Devil and the Queen of Pentacles. For some of you Pisces, I feel that there's some talent here that you have, but it's almost like you want to see it just in a different way. Like maybe it's something that you have been manifesting, but the context wasn't right. It's almost like the gears weren't right. I see that the more you simplify the way that you're kind of entertaining this idea here of what you manifest, the more appropriate it feels. So I want to pull again on the shadow here, Pisces, of what is being purged, what is maybe, you know, you want to pay greater attention to. The Hangman, the Fool in reverse. Yeah, I feel this is you sort of thinking a lot about, you know, who am I as people see me? Who am I? Yeah, sort of like thinking and feeling that the action that you take on is sort of related to and dependent on how others, on that very thing, how others see you. I feel like you're realizing that it's not necessary for others to observe what you do in any particular kind of way for it to be like successful for you, successful feeling for you. And we're moving into the Five of Cups. I feel that you're starting to become more vulnerable with yourself. Okay, realizing that you don't need to create also chaos or pain in order to feel that you can move into the next step and stage of your life. Interesting. Like you don't need the challenges, okay, of fighting your sensation even, wow, of awareness. I'm not sure what that's only to for everybody, but it's clear. There are things that you want to manifest, and you're realizing that it's not something that you need to also do alone. Maybe for some of you, you want to actually become more vulnerable, literally, like you want to be more open. Wow, throat chakra. You want to feel through what you're feeling, not making it seem like it's this or that way, but just so vulnerable and honest and just out there and open with it, Pisces. With the Five of Cups upright and the Tower in reverse. I feel that you're starting to place emphasis on what is authentic for you. You're really putting this emphasis on, yes, Eight of Cups right there. Even just like telling your story, saying, hey, this is what it is. I don't need to make it feel like anything in particular. Two of Swords in reverse. I'm going to be real for me. And that's enough. I don't need to create this whole story around how it is that I see something that has maybe even at a certain point plagued me. So I see that there are times where you say, I really, really want to be brave. Not for anyone but myself. I hear it like that. What you are releasing here, or is in a state of purging, or conceptually Capricorn coming through, there could be something or someone here who has been playing a very challenging role in your life. Third house. Saturn. Wow. Yeah. Expectations, Pisces. Releasing expectations. The pressure around your passion, ultimately. What are you moving into, Pisces? Okay. Sixth house. Quite literally you might be focusing more on your diet, focusing more on your lifestyle, asking yourself like these rudimentary questions. What do I actually resonate with? What does actually make me feel good when I'm living my life like this, like that, waking up at this time, going to bed at that time, spending my days doing XYZ things? You know, how does it actually make me feel? Fourth house. Again, that focus on home, the past as well, lifestyle, colors, lights. I feel like you don't want to suppress anything anymore, you know? You don't want to shut something in or out anymore. North node on the Five of Cups and opposite. All right, Pisces. There is a moment here where you realize that you don't need to be afraid of your weakest link. The energy that is challenging is meant to help you. I hear it like that. So let's clear the energy and ground. I want to pull a Celtic cross here for you, Pisces. Let's clear the energy and ground and see here what is what. I'd like to pull a Celtic cross for you, Pisces. Thank you guys so much for tuning in here to you. As you know, I am a Pisces sun sign. My Mercury is in Pisces. Some of you have a new business coming, a new idea possibly. Let's see that, Pisces. Do a Celtic cross. Deep past. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. The recent past, I feel this is actually upright here. The 10 of Wands actually upright. Some of you are releasing something in relation to your social circles. This is what I'm getting. Confidence is your key here, Pisces, as you move into the next steps and stages of whatever it is that you are manifesting now. It was the Ace of Wands that had popped out, by the way. Let's clear it. Two of Swords. Okay. You can create anything right now, Pisces. You're on the verge of not only realizing that, because I feel like you do realize this, but it's more acknowledging and doing the clearing here in relation to the mantras that encourage you to resist that passion as well. I hear that for what you know you love. Three Swords in reverse in the advice. I feel like Spirit is saying this management of this vision is going to feel successful when you are acknowledging what feels polarizing to it. Wow, these cards are going crazy right now. Ace of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, well, we're gonna get into it. Eight of Cups on the floor with the Six of Wands, Pisces. I feel this is about you having boundaries and control. you having boundaries and control, not just giving into things, not just doing things the way that you at a certain point had done them. It takes bravery. The 3 swords in reverse in the advice, Pisces. Being brave to say, I will do it differently now. Oh. Knight of Swords of Brain, the environment. Some of you here, you could be hearing from somebody. Something that is wanting your attention. The King of Wands upright as well, coming through in the energetic pathway. The near future is the Page of Pentacles here in reverse. King of Pentacles in the hopes and fears in reverse. Final outcome is the King of Cups upright. Okay. Pisces, you definitely have some sort of reuniting coming. It's huge. This is huge, Pisces. This is something that either you have been resisting or another, but isn't it always reflective? What I want to do is pull there's definitely something you're releasing here, Pisces. South Node 9th trine colors lights. There's something that you're realizing. It's not that it doesn't work or that it hasn't been real. It's that it is a matter of unity, unification, uniting with the vision, the vibe, the feeling, the love for this new beginning. I feel you've been in this mode of wanting to understand and strategize. Even at times say, that's it, like to say, I don't resonate with that anymore and I'm releasing it. But there comes a moment where you realize, I can't live without this. It's not about what it is. It's about what I make of it, what I do about what I feel for this space. So I see it's a matter of you feeling more in control at the end of the day. Yes. With what you feel, not saying necessarily that you're not going to create it or create with it, but the way in which you create has just changed in your mind, where you say, okay, I got it. This is real for me. But it's my approach, it's my attitude. Yeah. Judgment upright. This is about you taking control of how it is that you connect with others on your passion. Let's clear it. This is a matter of communication, activation of the throat chakra, okay? Saying it with pride, saying it openly, actively, how you feel. Let's clear the energy and ground and pull here a card for each of the days now, Pisces. I feel it's about being brave yet again. For some, this is a matter of what feels inevitable. Saying, well, I know that this is real for me, so what what is it that I've been resisting about it? I feel like some of you are trying to be strong when it comes to not allowing the past to define where you go in the future. Again, that's the theme coming up. Let's clear it. Try not to feel disenchanted with where something has been moving as it is felt. Trying to keep re-energizing. Okay, Pisces, I feel right off the bat in this first week of December, there's something you're really worried about. You're wondering, oh my gosh, is this not going to work out? Is it not what I thought? Is this seriously not going to be what I was expecting it to be? I feel that something you feel you might have lost, you're going to realize that it's not. Ace of Wands upright. You're going to have a new start here with something, Pisces. This is the feeling I'm getting. You're going to realize maybe that somebody was not where you thought they were at, but in such a way that's going to be helpful to you. Either way, in whatever way, it's something that you're going to realize maybe even you are compatible with. Let's clear it. 1, 2, 6. Knight of Pentacles upright, Ace of Swords upright, the Four of Wands in reverse, and the Tower. There's something here that has been understood, has been also recalibrated and balanced. I hear that. We will pull on that Ace of Wands in a minute, the Three of Swords, but let's first pull the cards for each of the days. The next week we have Temperance in reverse, Tower in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, Knight of Pentacles upright. Now what I'm seeing is whatever it was in the first week of December that maybe you were feeling was not working out, or however, whatever you were feeling almost like disenchanted about, Pisces, I see that in the second week there's a moment where you say, wow, there was like no other way for this to have really happened, possibly. Can be. I'm hearing that in the song. Because there's no place I'd rather be. So you realize what you really want, what your values are, what really matters to you, Pisces, as well. In the third week, we have Justice upright. I see you are trying not to feel too extreme about where the connection here is going, and it can be to a new idea. It's almost like you don't want to get, you know, psyched out, even, Pisces, with whatever it is that does come through in the second week, as you're trying to almost like keep your cool kind of vibe. Let's clear the energy on the ground. There is something very exciting here, Pisces, I'm getting. Something very exciting, Pisces. Wow. Wow. This is amazing. The Nine of Cups, the Moon, and the Queen of Swords. I said the Queen, the King of Swords is what we have here, the Page of Swords, sorry. Some of you, I'm hearing this can be something related to finances. Let's clear in the sacral chakra. There's something that you are elevating with. After this, I want to get into a love and career reading for you, Pisces. We're going to separate those energies and see in just a minute. But in a general sense, is what we're getting. Let's pull in the last week of December. Somebody here who wants to apologize to you, Pisces. I'm seeing that with the Knight of Cups upright. They are very worried, very, very worried that you're misunderstanding them, that you don't understand them. The Chariot, they could have a lot of Cancer in their chart. Yeah, oh, Pisces. This person wants to be almost everything to you. This is what I'm getting, the Hermit. They've been so worried about how they could step forward here, but in a way that would do you justice, that would be right for you. I see someone didn't want to step on your toes here. The Devil in reverse. Now let me meditate on the energies. I'm actually going to turn them all right side up. I'm feeling guided to read like that here. Give me a second. There's something that you felt maybe you weren't sure about. It's going to be resolved here in the second week. I'm hearing, don't worry. Some of you have an experience of a lifetime coming. Again, we'll do a separate independent love and career reading to get further insights as to what area of life. But for many, it's a new beginning with the Knight of Pentacles upright. Some of you here, somebody here is very funny, or there's something humorous, like you really enjoy this person's company. I see this coming through in the third week, where there's something just so, Pisces, like so exciting here for you. I feel you're having just like almost the time of your life with the King of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Moon, and the Page of Swords. Let's clear the energy and ground. Some of you, there's a story that may come full circle here. Something that you thought, like, what you were dreaming about, but you never thought, you know? You never thought it would actually come full circle. Like, you know, like you would maybe joke about it, or you would just have like, you had visions of it, Pisces. You would imagine this, maybe even fantasize at a certain point. Some of you will find resolution and healing here. In a big, big, big way. The Devil and the King of Swords. Whatever was troubling you here, you're going to have an understanding, an awakening. Somebody may again come through and apologize. I hear that as well. I want to kind of point at this here. Yeah. Where they were not ready, I feel they will make the decision to finally, maybe even just give you an answer to say, hey, I am now. I see it as a shy gesture. Now let's see further, Pisces. Some of you could be dealing with matters associated with Saturn, the 10th house, Capricorn. For some of you, there could be a relationship here related to that frequency, matters of love. Also matters of secrets, what feels like it's not clear. Some of you have been questioning a connection possibly with a Capricorn or Capricorn energy. There's something that you've been really wanting to define, and it's been almost like a crux. It's been very challenging. Some of you have been questioning what the connection is, what it actually is, and it's been really a lot of pressure. Like, I just don't know if this is the right direction. Some of you, you've got a sort of question of your personal life and your career. I see you've been weighing that out big time. Matters of finances and matters of the heart. For some of you, there's been a question of transparency. Somebody has been wanting to communicate something to you when it comes maybe to what they want to manifest. Someone has definitely, though, been holding their emotions back. I see somebody wants to reward you here with something. They feel that they owe you something here, Pisces, with the Devil diagonal to the Chariot. They've been questioning, a lot, how to approach you maybe, to give you some sort of offer even. Let's clear the energy. They weren't sure. There's definitely some very uncomfortable tango here with the Ace of Wands and the Devil. Like, this question of, I feel somebody has been fighting their shadow when it comes to approaching with some sort of offer. They're wondering, if I make this move, will this be sort of like me so-called giving up or giving in? This is how somebody maybe has been feeling. They've been fighting themselves on that. Some of you dealing with a Virgo, there could be a question of money, finances, karma, health, something legal for some. Somebody is needing to, for some of you I'm hearing, file for divorce or define some parameter of their life to be able to then come forward. This has been causing them to retreat, to recoil. They haven't been able to really come out. Maybe they've been thinking how to come out with this, how to say this. Pisces, the archetypes of Capricorn and Virgo are very strong on the table here for you in December. So be it that connections related to these archetypes are coming up, even Scorpio, we do see the moon. Now, those of you, some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio or matters of the 8th house, Pluto, Mars, and they can be all related, but those of you who are working through this aspect of the connection, there's something that what is hidden here is the passion. There's definitely a question of motivation. For those of you who feel like you cannot read someone, somebody here is trying to feel powerful in the way that they express their love to you, which is, how can we have a relationship really like that, right? I see a lot of fighting. Let's clear it. I feel that they do realize that that's not the way to your heart, though, Pisces. And it can be vice versa. Let's clear it. I see someone realizing there is this massive sort of breaking point where they realize, I have to be vulnerable. Because honestly, look, how can we have the 2 of Cups, right? When surrounding the space is almost like this fighting, this passion, this vigor. In a way of resistance. With the Ace of Wands, we see fire, we see Mars, we see ardent energy. 8 of Pentacles, we see, Scorpio, we see Mars again, we see Pluto, we see the building blocks, what we sustain over time. The 2 of Cups is such a sensitive, gentle frequency. I'm seeing that somebody has been harsh. Truly, 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 Pisces, harsh. When it has come to seeing the potential, seeing you as their counterpart, seeing you as their divine mate, I hear that. There's been a challenge here, no question, when it comes to matters of love, when it comes to matters of the heart. For some of you here, someone has been fighting how they would express, but again, I just don't see it with the currency of the Ace of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles to communicate the 2 of Cups. It's almost like, how can we get to the conversation of love, if what we are so busy fighting is the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So somebody here is fighting their passion as well, Pisces, for you, is what I'm hearing, what I'm getting. It's almost like there's this commotion. There's this pressure. This person is very nervous when they come close to you. I hear that. And even on an energetic level, like when they come close to expressing, it's like, oh my God, no, anything but that. I cannot express that. Now, the interesting thing here is that we do have the King of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. For some of you, there is a cultural side to this. Absolutely. There's a cultural side to this here with the Six of Pentacles. Maybe even a religious side, something though that has been ingrained over lifetimes even. I hear that is what is being fought, that is needed to be moved through to be able to then address the emotion for what it is. Somebody is fighting their past to encourage the experience of the future here with love for you. This is what I'm hearing. Some of you, someone knows that you are their counterpart. This is for some, and we're going to do a love reading specifically next, or in a career, to see where this lies, but this is a general storyline. Okay, someone knows that you are a match made in heaven, Pisces, but they're so scared. Of what they extend in that space. They may be a Leo, a Capricorn, an Aries, I hear that. They feel a lot of pressure here with the Page of Cups upright, Pisces, when it comes to who they will be to you. And that's where we lose the sense of integration, right? Where it's like, well, I'm just showing up because the point is connecting. It's like someone is stuck, they're busy trying to figure out the outfit, they missed the date. Now, let's look further. Those of you dealing with a Scorpio, what else? There may be very, very much a focus on career here. But then at times they may have this childlike side to them, and then you wonder, it's like, where are they going? We literally have the sun knighting the moon. They don't like to show their vulnerabilities. I hear that. They have this anxious nervousness, whether or not you see it, whether or not you know it. I hear that with the Hermit as well, knighting the moon. They have a very intense aura. This is for some of you. I feel, Pisces, this person will be returning in December with some sort of offer that rekindles the love story. It's clear. Yes, this person feels really bad. They feel really, really bad, you guys. The Hierophant on the King of Swords. The Empress on the Sun. They feel they have been so silly even. They've dismissed the possibility. I see someone driving on a road here. They feel they've dismissed the possibility of healing the love with you. I see that turning inside out in the last week of December, where they just say, you know what? It's not worth holding back. I want to be vulnerable. And I'm hearing again for some. Now, some of you, let's clear it around. We have the Justice card here. This is associated with the archetype of Libra. You might be dealing with matters of Libra, the 7th house, Venus, air energy. Someone has felt self-conscious and almost stuck when it comes to making a decision, making a move, making a change. I feel that there was an ego question here with the Justice card as well, knighting the Sun, where it's like, well, I know that this is the right thing, but I'm just not doing it. I'm just not saying it. Somebody has been holding out on love. Temperance here as well. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Pisces. Some of you dealing with a Sagittarius. Very, very, very important that you reconnect to this person as you feel it, or this energy of the 9th house, Sagittarius, Jupiter. There's something here that is absolutely waiting for you. Let's clear it. This is abundance, Pisces, with Temperance upright. Some of you have an ability and you know it, a gift, a talent, but it's almost like you've been almost avoiding accenting it. King of Wands for some of you. This is something that you want to do. You want to impress somebody with even, I hear that, but you've been almost holding back. I see that. I see in the second week of December, I'm hearing January as well, there's something that you've realized is not worth holding back any longer. The 3 of Wands, it could be something that you've been wanting to be perfectionistic even with. And I see that you get to the point where you say, I don't want to look at it like that. Yeah. I see you acknowledging your so-called weakest link here and saying, that's it. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to present it just the way that I feel it. This is about you being brave, showcasing your talents. The High Priestess in your theme, Pisces, the King of Pentacles at the base of that. Somebody here wants to remind you of who they are to you, in the space of who you are to you. As you see it, somebody wants maybe to clear the air, the energy. I hear that as well. Let's clear it. Maybe they want to come through and say, hey, I feel like this hasn't been right for you. It hasn't been fair to you. I want to remind you of that I respect you the way you are. I don't want you to change. I don't want you to be someone you're not. They could be coming through wanting to be more vulnerable. Maybe it's just their actions that tell you this. Let's get further, Pisces. Let's clear the energy and ground. Okay. Those of you dealing with a Capricorn specifically, or matters of the 10th house, there is something here that someone has been fighting big time. And it is how they see possibly matters of the physical body, getting physical with someone, showing themselves physically to someone, expressing. It could be actually taking a stand and, coming forward. It could be even their Mars energy. Neptune has landed on the Ace of Wands upright. They might have gone through and been through a period of feeling super sort of awkward when it came to how they would identify what their next step would be with you. For some of you, there's been a lot of passion, but not enough pressure to express, to extend love. Let's clear it. There's been a lot of past life energy here as well. I want to pull another card on that. For some of you, their finances have been affecting their confidence. So if somebody hasn't been coming through specifically for those of you I'm dealing with a Capricorn, there's been something affecting their confidence. This can also be karmic. They've been having a lot of experiences that have been challenging their confidence. I hear it again. Yeah, I feel this person wants to impress you, Pisces. But it's almost like there's too much pressure. And there has to be sort of like an appropriate time, space, context, even spiritually, maybe in terms of ascension, to be able to really come up and show up, if you know what I mean. The Knight of Pentacles upright with the 10th house. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, I feel there's a lot that they've been going through that they're not able to have words to describe. I see that. That's clear. Or at least they haven't really had the vantage point of perspective that they feel would be appropriate to share with you. when it comes to what has been on their mind, what has been important to them. I hear that as well. Maybe they are waiting to share their values with you. Let's pull a little bit further. Some of you possibly, there are matters of temperance related to the devil, matters of Sagittarius related to Capricorn. There could be even a new business on the horizon there with that. That could be coming up. It's clearing. Something related to international matters here related to a Capricorn. Let's pull Injustice. Seven of Swords in reverse. Yeah, somebody here feels they need to clear the air here with you. If you're dealing with a Libra. If you're dealing with a Leo. Or something that you want to know. Somebody wants to acknowledge and admit something here to you, but they feel that there's too much pressure at times. They feel they've fallen in love with you, Pisces. This is what I'm hearing for some. But they're not sure if it's time to tell you that. I hear it like this with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands and the Five of Cups, the Ace of Cups. They don't know if they're right or wrong for wanting to tell this to you at this moment in time in this way. They may be intimidated by you as well, Pisces. Let's pull further here on Libra energy. Leo, shadow, light. This person is intimidated by your success. I feel this. Intimidated by where you have taken your life. They don't know if you are truly in a space to appreciate where they are at. Let's clear it. Yes, they feel really outside of the lines of what you love. They feel that they cannot express love in the way that you do back to them. Back to them. Back to you as well. There's this cyclical energy. I see that they're worried that should they acknowledge even your power at a certain point of where you've taken yourself and accelerated to in your life, they're thinking what that would sort of make them have to look at and see more clearly in their life. It's a bit abstract possibly, but I see that it's related to the theme of ascension. Like, am I ready to ascend? Why is it that I would feel bad about giving this person some sort of confirmation of the connection we share, confirmation of where they lead themselves to in their own life? Somebody here has been resisting showing you appreciation. I see that as well. And this is very, very, very challenging. At times, it can be hurtful with the South Node first house landing on the Tower. For some of you, you're dealing with a Libra possibly who has had trouble acknowledging what you have done for them in the past. This can be a South Node contact energy, but whatever it is, let's clear it. It doesn't really matter, right, Pisces? The point is that there is something here that needs to be moved through, and it is their shadow. Let's move here on the Sun. Ace of Pentacles on the Sun. The Ten of Pentacles upright, yeah. And I feel like if you are dealing with someone who has trouble acknowledging, giving you compliments, acknowledging your potential, you know, it's going to have to be that they get over that, or, you know, there is not really momentum, because we have to acknowledge the shadow. Otherwise, it's like, how can I be in a connection with somebody who won't be there for me truly and acknowledge who I really am? This, my talents and my gifts, the Sun, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. If you're dealing with a Leo, wow, they have a lot of creative energy. Leo popping over there on the Devil. They're, yeah, I get that there's something that you even awaken in them. There's something that they realize that you bring out in them, and maybe that at times makes them feel a little bit uncomfortable. If you're dealing with a Cancer, at times this person's experiences as you feel it almost like overpowers you or your own. It's almost like you're very connected to them, very sensitive, and for some of you, they're going through experiences that you feel at times you need to detach from. Capricorn, if you're dealing with a Hermit, a Virgo, we have Capricorn landing on the Hermit. The energy levels on the chart, by the way, can also suggest that there is an activation process going on here where there's someone who's going through a lot of almost like experiences that are rapidly transforming the reality. And so they may at times be very much like on, off, up, down, you know, acknowledging what they feel for you, and then in the next minute not. There's something that maybe they need to streamline and ground with. We have Capricorn landing on the Hermit. If you're dealing with a Virgo, there are things that they are not really satisfied about. They're being very pessimistic when it comes to how they're appreciating you. Yeah, and I feel they want to move through that. Give me a second. I actually want to pull one more set of cards here. And a casting of the runes. Wow. Let's clear it. The unknown rune and Thorisats. Okay, has landed on the ground. Somebody's waiting to invite you somewhere or to give you some sort of offer here for a new plan they have in mind. I hear it like this. And we're going to get further into this in the love and career reading. Oh, first we wanted to cast the runes. Yeah. Okay. Yes, this is about somebody getting honest with you, Pisces. Focus on the throat chakra. Somebody getting honest with you here, Pisces. For some of you, somebody maybe was even getting competitive with you and was getting in the way of the relationship, and they may realize that there's no way they'll be able to really be one with you if that's the perspective they are coming from. And of course, that could be a mirrored consciousness, right? Maybe in some ways, you both want to be more accepting of what the other may offer you in the relationship. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Again, that world, that Ten of Swords. Some of you are about to receive an offer. There's some idea that somebody has in mind for you. They really, Pisces, want you to accept whatever this is. I want to cast the runes once more and see what further notes we can maybe able to glean from this. They are very, Pisces, they want to be physical with you. I'm getting that. This is a message I'm getting. But they're very nervous. Oh, very nervous. They really want, for some of you, they even want children with you. Oh my goodness, it's like this very intense physical draw towards you. And that scares them. This is for some. I'm seeing a basket of roses here. I see someone here is contemplating what kind of what kind of step to take forward towards you, if it should be more romantic, if it should be more friendly. The first spread is how we see it, how it appears. The second is how it is that it is intended. Well, how it is that it is intentionalized, let's clear it, and interacted with on the higher dimensions and planes. So it's almost like, kind of like, this is what we see in 3D, and then this is what we see in 5D, of what is also happening on an energetic level that is very close to manifesting. This is how I'm reading this spread. It's also the subconscious. So somebody here knows that you are the one for them. I'm seeing that with the High Priestess, diagonal to the Judgment card. Some of you here were in a past life relationship with this individual that was very intense, very profound, very passionate, but at times very, very challenging when it came to the dynamic here that you both hold and held, maybe in this sort of, even to social paradigm. I'm seeing something related to France here with the Strength card, Middle Ages. I'm hearing that. Dagos landing on the Lovers. Yeah, they know that you guys have a connection. There's no question about that. Absolutely no question about that. You guys have definitely had a relationship, a bona fide marriage relationship in a past life. This is obviously a general video, and it's a video for entertainment purposes only, but in a general way. We have the High Priestess here and the Three of Wands. Some of you, this might have been even your child. This is for some of clear. Focus on, or you maybe had a child together, it can be. Maybe for some of you, you had a studio, an art studio. Pisces, they are very, very sensitive with the ego when it comes to you. For some reason, you trigger them. For some reason, Pisces, they feel that you are theirs. The irony is that there is a moment of silence when we speak with this person. I don't know what that's alluding to. They're intimidated by you, Pisces. But Pisces, they want to be with you. There's no question in my mind about this. 30 sets has just landed on the Ace of Cups. Let's clear it. They know your worth. They know your value. But they realize they need to realize this in the 3D. They're intimidated. There can be here an effect of the psychology, the mindset, programming energies. They realize that your passion is not a matter of figuring out a relationship too with what they offer you, but it's just a matter of reuniting, of being vulnerable, of accessing themselves with you. They realize that you are to create something together. Some of you are a teacher, or there's something that you're very skilled at, and they know that. They love that about you, Pisces, but it makes them feel the need to be silent. This is somebody who has a very strong desire to feel needed, wanted, acknowledged. They want to feel that in some way you approve of them, but without being vulnerable with you. They want to love you the right way, but there's a lot of confusion around what that way is. For some of you, this person is guarding and isolating their passion in a major way, to the point where they're just looking at themselves. They're just focusing on themselves, being very independent. Yeah. Okay, let me get the rune on the floor here. For some of you, this person would like to make you an offer. They want to maybe even start a business with you. Wunyo has went flying. This is all about pleasure, joy. Landing on the Page of Wands, they've been hiding their love, Pisces, for you, to the point where they're almost acting like they have nothing for you. They see nothing in the connection. This is for some, yeah. Let's clear it. But it's their experience and the way they're handling it. Because what I'm looking at here is we've got the Five of Pentacles and we've got the Page of Wands. This person is trying to understand how they can become more than they've been, to move through the karmic blocks, to move through the past, maybe beyond their financial situation. Let's clear the energy around. They're trying to, and they want to feel powerful where they feel weak. They want to show up, and they're trying to understand how to do so. Where we have the Devil and the Five of Pentacles, we have the Page of Wands and the Three of Wands. They're very maybe young in some way. They're very young. Well, they don't know how, in the way of saying they're not sure how they want to show their passion, their potential. But even in relation to their own life, maybe this is something of a new experience. They've never done this before. They've never been in a situation like this in the past. They want to be brave, but there is something that they need to be willing to acknowledge about you in that space as well. I see this person trying to kind of go off on their own and do their own thing and be their own person, you know? You are, in a way, their happiness is what I'm hearing, in the sense of saying that for a number of you, this person wants to partner up with you, Pisces. But for some reason, it's like they're delaying how they see the potential. We have the Strength card here as well coming through on the Knight of Pentacles. There's a lot of passion. And I feel even if there is a focus here on matters of career, there is still a very strong emphasis on the physical connection to you. We have the Fool landing on Temperance. Wow. There's definitely a focus on matters of Sagittarius, Jupiter energy, 9th house, new beginnings. What is really, really exciting here is the confession to that dream, to say, you know what, I'm ready to experience this. For some of you, there's karma related to finances. Take it as you will. To the point where you say, well, okay, we'll say there's a sacrifice. Like, I released the Nine of Pentacles, but at least I have what I really want in my life, my authenticity of self. Ooh, Star, Ace of Cups on the Sun. Wow. Wow. This is someone here who's willing to like finally release the pain of not communicating what they want in the connection. It may not be that they're not communicating in general, but just communicating what they want. And there is a massive ego clearing that takes place here. Yeah, it's clear. Okay. Okay, Pisces. Some of you have a connection with this person that is timeless, and I feel it will be coming into another form soon. This is for some. The Hierophant on the Two of Cups there. So, okay. Let's get into it further, Pisces. Let's now take a look at matters of love. The World again coming through. Bringing again that focus to the beginning of the reading. If you feel guided to watch that part through, again, part over. You though could also be dealing with an Aquarius, or there's something here that has really sort of come full circle. Let's see further, Pisces. If you're liking this video as well, feel free to hit the like button. Really appreciate that. And looking forward to seeing your comments as well in the video, you guys. What's flown out is the Six of Swords. These cards. Very slippery. Oh my gosh. Goodness. Okay. Pisces, some of you are weary in love. Yes, December marks a transformation, I think, to how you see love in general. There's something you're closing out here. And you're allowing yourself to really heal from, to regenerate from. Some of you have been waiting on word from somebody. I feel like if you've been waiting a really long time, December is probably the period of time where you say it's not about going back and forth, it's about just sort of manifestation, period. And I don't want to fight that process. So if, you know, you're not on board, then it just won't be now, I guess. You know, it's something like this. There's a moment where maybe you sort of step out from the tug of war energy, the push-pull dynamic of like, well, I wish you would just do that, or I wish you would just say this, or I wish you'd come back, and I wish it'd be like in this way or that way. The karmic energy I see you releasing in relation to how you feel that the storyline will unfold in the long term, especially. Some of you here are going to be focusing way more on yourself. I see that really self-care here coming first. I see you kind of like looking at yourself like, wow, like what have I not been putting into myself here? Queen of Cups, Temperance. I see you letting go of anything that is just stagnating for you. And you're actively seeking out situations that are going to reinvigorate the relationship that you have with yourself, and that is going to bring you back to your cause, your passion, your potential with which you create your life of glory, the things that excite you, you know, not just in theory, but like actually, Pisces, you know, not like, okay, I did it. Okay, that should technically be good. It's like, no, the grounding, the getting into the depths of the heart space as well as a creator. Ooh. Feeling that, you know, what you create gives back to you as well. So, Queen of Pentacles is what we're releasing. The Ten of Wands and the Two of Swords. Yeah. The pressure, the experiences that further make us feel even objectified in that dance of love. That's what we're releasing, where we say, oh, but technically like this, and then no. What we're moving into is saying, I would rather dream and be able to see the possibilities of what can be, even if that means putting myself first. I see you're ultimately stepping into the element of fire here with the Emperor, right? Mars energy, first house, really sort of focusing on you, getting really creative and energized when it comes to your dreaming capabilities here, Pisces, with the Seven of Cups upright. Let me imagine, let me dream, you know, maybe life can go like this now. I'm hearing that. Eight of Wands upright. Let's get some further clues. I see you're getting very excited about something. Ninth house on the Emperor, colors, lights. South node, 7th house. South node, 6th house. And 2nd house. Again, that 2nd house coming through Pisces. Yes, I feel like your lifestyle has been impacting your relationships like to such a degree. And I feel that you're finally going to release what you thought was important, necessary, like, you know, that you thought was going to help you sort of find that point of balance in your love life. I feel like you're going to just see it so clearly, like, that's just not what I'm looking for. Even if it makes me technically successful, or it makes me feel grounded, or that I have some kind of purpose, it's just not taking me where I want to take myself. When it comes to how I feel at the end of the day, balanced, empowered, acknowledged when it comes to my talents and my gifts. The 2nd house and the 9th house. I see that you're starting to look at your resources in a completely different way. Your talents, your gifts, your assets. Like, I want to create something different with this now. I hear it like this. Like, you're taking what you know to be as even the foundation of what it is that you realize in yourself, and you're sort of wanting to project that in a different way to the outside world. So let's get further. Pisces. What is Pisces releasing when it comes to partnerships? The Chariot, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. Some of you, I'm going to count this, yeah, I mean, there's something here possibly from the past is karmic that I think you realize, like, it just is not working in the direction that I feel it needs to. What are you moving towards, Pisces? Okay. I get that you want to have emotional reciprocity here above and beyond really anything else. Okay, I see you releasing the stagnant sort of standardized way of even looking at love, if I'm quite honest. How do we say this? Like the standardized like measures of love. It's like, well, just because they do this and that doesn't mean that they love me. I heard that as well. There's a matter of how you actually feel. And this is maybe you even stripping down from the Chariot to the King of Cups. They're both very strong water energy cards. Stripping down and saying, well, this is what I really feel. This is what I have value for when it comes to relationships. This is a value that I want to experience my standard as when it comes to how I experience love. 5 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, I feel like you want a relationship where, you know, you can really be yourself. Like you don't have to be worried about expressing parts of you. Let's clear it. Let's look at relationships in general, Pisces. Let's look in general what it is that you are in the process of making peace with. The Queen of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Wow. This tells me that you, for some of you, have been in a space of like feeling way too much pressure, of needing to be the one who experiences the relationship almost entirely from your own perspective. Some of you have felt like you haven't been able to really find your counterpart, truly. It's like you felt like you were giving everything, doing everything, and you have totally alone. This is for some. What's Pisces moving into? I feel you're going to take a risk here. A dare. A dare. And of course apply this, like if you're a cross-watcher, maybe what you're releasing is sort of this isolating energy of the Queen of Cups. The High Priestess, we're definitely looking at a more empowered energy here with the High Priestess than the Queen of Cups. It's like the Queen of Cups is a little more like, how do we say, we're more identifying. We're in a space of wanting to actually identify, give gratitude to and for. There's definitely awakening and ascension here. The Knight of Cups, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Swords right, 6 of Wands, we're starting up the other. Some of you here want love, period. You don't just want the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Cups to say, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship. This doesn't mean anything to me. I'm hearing that. If I'm not really there. We see here you moving into the Lovers and the High Priestess with the Nine of Wands. This is you fighting for what you want, showing up actually for what you want, saying, this is me, I'm ready, take a look at me now, I want this just as much as you do. The Knight of Cups and the Justice card upright. Some of you are fighting for what you love and vice versa. Some of you possibly are going to be really set. You're saying, I want someone who's going to fight for me. This is what I'm hearing. Yes, some of you here also, you want a spiritually satisfying union and connection where you feel you can really share values here with someone, where somebody will truly reciprocate, will respond. I'm hearing not only to your texts and your emails and blah, blah, and yada, yada, and hi, how are you doing? I'm good, how are you? No, but will actually speak to your soul, Pisces. That 2 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. The Sun, the 7 of Cups. You want a space where you can dream, Pisces, where you feel empowered to do so. The 9 of Cups. You're realizing your worth. You're realizing where you want others to acknowledge you in the context of your worth. You want somebody brave here. King of Wands right there, upright. You want somebody brave enough to say, I acknowledge you. Not as someone separate from me that I cannot show up for, but as someone who I want to be around, who I am proud to be experiencing these moments with of love, this experience of love with. Page of Cups upright. Some of you here, you're attracting your divine counterpart energy. Truly you are, Pisces. You are seriously manifesting someone who, because it's like your standard is improving. Pisces, your standard, it's not just improving, it's rising. You're acknowledging that you want something more than just to be the Queen of Cups in the Ace of Pents, Ace of Cups kind of connection. You know? I see you kind of being like, well, it's not like any connection is just like good enough. Like, I'm just in a connection, so that's good enough. You want to grow. You want to manifest with that person something meaningful. Not just, oh yeah, we did it. You know what I mean? Chariot upright. You want someone who's going to show up for you, who's going to fight for you, who's going to show you that they're passionate about where you take you. Somebody who will be acknowledging your potential and won't want to kind of like put it down or cast it to the side. This is someone here who's philosophical, somebody here who possibly who looks at you in the context of you and wants to engage. And it can be, you know, somebody who you've been dealing with, but this is just the dynamic that you're setting the stage with. You're saying, I don't want to deal with anything but that. I do not want to entertain the shadow to the conversation of love. I want it completely. And I want it now. So I see you not putting that off. Whatever is important to you, Pisces, it's like you're no longer saying, yeah, right, in theory. No, it's in practice. And you step away from things that don't feel empowering in that moment in time. I feel like patience is not the name of the game anymore here. Strength upright, the star upright. The moon on the star, the strength card. Wow, some of you, you're reuniting here. But I do want to pull further cards. Yeah, somebody here, somebody could definitely be showing up. There's a new energy in your environment of rehabilitating emotion, reciprocity, recognition. And it can even be in your career, however it is. I see somebody here is acknowledging, is wanting to interact with you in a new way. Give me just a second, Pisces. Spirit, can we please get some cards as to what might help Pisces move into this more clearly and be able to identify these experiences more clearly? Neptune, messages, Sagittarius, Sunday, 5th house, and emotional release and expression. Okay, Pisces, I feel like here's your key. And the point really is to be honest about what you feel, when you feel it. The minute you feel something, to just have an outlet for that energy that is empowered here, right? What I'm looking at for you is that there is something that, you know, you don't want to put on the back burner, that's for sure. And you also don't want to kind of say, well, you know what, there's gonna be the day where I'll be able to do this. No. It's now. It's now or never. I hear that. It's now or never. And I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, it's their potential, I'll wait for them to reach it. It's now or never. They show up or they don't, you know, because it's affecting you in every moment of your own life, how you allow others to continue to behave around you. I hear it like that in relation to you. So this is you sort of saying, I don't wait for people to be who they need to be to me, but because of who I need to be to me. Ooh. I want to pull further, Pisces, on, let's clear it. Yeah, you don't want to give somebody more time. It's just what I'm hearing again. Let's see here further. Pisces, I want to pull on each of the signs in relation to you. Pisces with Aries. There is something here that maybe has gone a little bit challenging. Definitely past life energies here to acknowledge. There could be something of that nature. We've got Taurus and Pisces here, the 6 of Cups. Some of you here are possibly reuniting with a Taurus. It can be. Pisces and Gemini. There are things you want to kind of find balance with here. Maybe it comes down to matters of communication. It can be. The Queen of Swords upright. Cancer, the 4th house, Moon. Some of you here are wanting to admit something here, possibly to a Cancer, or vice versa. Somebody could be wanting to come through and tell you how they feel about you. Wow, these cards are going absolutely flying. Some of you possibly have had a little bit of a challenging moment here with a Cancer, and you're wanting to find sort of a resolution to that space, and really thinking, it could be your energy or their energy, someone's thinking about how to sort of find resolution here. Page of Wands upright on the 5th house. Somebody who's very, very much wanting to tell you how they feel physically, especially. Virgo, 6th house. Knight of Pentacles upright. Some of you here are in the process of really kind of representing your love here. Maybe in a more physical and material, tangible way. I see some of you even maybe like kind of finally having a moment that makes your connection feel more, how do we say, let's clear it. There's a moment where you ground the experience. The Star upright. On the 7th house, Libra. Interesting. There's a new beginning there. 9 of Swords upright on Scorpio. Ooh, Pisces, Scorpio. This is a dark night of the soul energy right there. Ace of Wands in reverse on Sag. There's something that someone has been repressing and it's really bothering them. The Ace of Wands here. Sag for Pisces, new beginnings here. Absolutely on the table. New ways of addressing old problems. I hear that as well. And, you know, every energy is neutral, right? These are just sort of stages of how, or these are moments that we experience energies that stimulate and prompt us to reach balance. The King of Wands upright, Capricorn. Some of you here, there's a recalibration of how we are accessing, how we express love, how it is that we express ourselves in that space. Somebody could be really showing up in a new way here with a different dynamic. 8 of Cups upright on Aquarius. There's something that has been realized, I hear that, and sort of reinvested or reimagined, reignited even. Pisces is the 10 of Wands upright. So let's clear it. One more card here. Wow. The 8 of Swords. Again, this is the card we started with. There's something, Pisces, that, you know, you're realizing you do want to really reinvent. And there are moments where you say, well, I realize that this and this and this and this is all pointing me to the point of saying that I do want to make a change with relation to how I interact with others. King of Swords upright as well has popped out on that 6 of Cups. That is the House of Taurus. So let's see further any clues. Energy is quite favorable here. There could be focus on Libra energy. Let's pull some more of these shadow energy cards. Okay. Pisces, some of you have been feeling kind of bad about where a certain conversation has gone. I'm seeing especially in relation to The archetype of Aquarius, there's something here that you've decided to make peace with. It just wasn't maybe working for you. There's something that was really heavy. I feel like you released this. Let's clear it. The pressure maybe of how you approached a certain situation. Very exciting here on Capricorn, the King of Wands. We have messages. Neptune on the Ace of Wands for Sagittarius. There's something kind of dreamy here coming through with Sagittarius energy. Yeah, the Sagittarius energy is very exciting here coming through. We've got a sextile and a star on Libra. Some of you, this is very exciting. You're reinventing something here, or you're reimagining something. It's clear. Very, very exciting energies with Saturn landing on the Knight of Pentacles. This is Virgo, the house of Virgo. You got Sagittarius coming through as well. Some of you, yeah, so you have Sag landing on the house of Leo. And so there's a lot of new energy coming in when it comes to what you do within the landscape of love. South Node, 8th house landing on the Queen of Swords. Yeah, there's something that maybe someone even wants to apologize about. I hear that. Someone who's got a lot of Scorpio, the energy of Scorpio could be transmuting. We have Scorpio landing on Gemini, the house of Gemini, as well. Wavelength. Landing on the 6 of Cups, South Node on the 7th, yeah. There is, you have a square and a South Node in the 7th house on the Hierophant on the 1st house of Aries. There's something that you realize you cannot make perfect. You cannot make peace with on your own. You have to just express. And so, you know, it's like you do the best that you can. You know, you cannot manifest something also for somebody else. This is what I'm hearing. So I think you're releasing the trappings of so-called fear and love as it is to be combined. It's not, let's clear the energy. It's not one and the same. And we have that 9 of Swords with the Midhaven. There's something you don't want to have to manifest as well for another. It's like, it should be sort of natural, free-flowing. Love should just happen in the flow state. I hear it like this. I don't want to feel like I did something very particular to then earn this person's love or trust. I hear that as well. To earn this person's acknowledgement, their favor, and then I feel successful. It just doesn't work like that. I feel like you're feeling that way, Pisces. Some of you are realizing that it doesn't have to be that you're releasing the relationship or the connection. It's just that way of acknowledging the love didn't work. Let's now pull here, Pisces. I want to see if it's favorable for completely new energies coming in, your recommendations, okay? Aries through Pisces for Pisces, new relationships and connections. Any messages here in December? You know, actually the way I want to do this, I want to do a 9-card spread, okay? So in general, past energies here. New energies here for Pisces. Anything to look out for in particular? New energies for Pisces, and then we'll do a 9-card spread for so-called past energies, older energies. Any recommendations? What is the advice from Spirit when it comes to new connections for Pisces? Okay. I feel like some of you, right off the bat, you might have somebody here coming in from the past. You might want to resolve this before you step into a new connection. This is what I'm hearing. I'm not right off the bat getting that there is a really strong focus or a rare green light when it comes to starting new connections. There is more here that is coming up from the past. You have 3 major arcana here: the Moon, the Death card, the Justice card. There are things that we realize we really don't want to experience again. And I feel like finally healing from this storyline is really key. There could be a focus as well on your finances or your lifestyle in some way. There could be something here that maybe is sort of a product of these experiences that you want to kind of like really address. I don't know if I would start something new, Pisces, if that makes sense. Let's just pull one more layer on these cards to glean further insights. This person could have had a lot of fire in their chart. They could be associated as a King of Wands. Some of you here possibly, there's something you're still working on. Tower on the Death card, Six of Cups on the Justice card, yeah. Some of you are already in a relationship, I see this. There's already some connection here that you're working with. We're going to get to that in a minute with the Nine of Pentacles. There's something that you're very excited about, actually, to finally sort of find a means to handle officially. It's like I see you not really wanting to look into like new ideas and options here. This is just what I'm getting. There's something here either very exciting, or there's someone here who really is wanting to show up here in a new way with you. I see that, yeah, there's a focus on vulnerability as well with that, with the Page of Cups. Any advice for Pisces as they entertain this Uranus, South Node, 12th house, Virgo, and Chiron? Wow. So this could actually be even someone here from, again, I'm hearing your past, somebody who had a very challenging, even like a financial partnership with, or a past life energy with. It could even be the concept of family. There's something you want to heal from. I hear that. Let's move into Pisces here in old energies coming up, either what they're dealing with now or someone from the past. There's definitely somebody from the past coming up. Or for a large number of you, I feel like you are dealing here with someone from the past. They could have a very strong focus on their second house in their birth chart. They could have a very strong Venus, Libra, Taurus planets, ruled planets, Queen of Cups. They're in your energy and you're in theirs, is what I'm hearing with the Queen of Cups. And the Page of Swords, somebody here wants to come through and really acknowledge you. I hear that. This is like, I feel like if you're thinking, should I just move on from this person? Are they like over me sort of vibe? I feel like they're thinking about you heavily. I feel this person is still with you in their mind, actually, if I'm quite honest. Wow, Judgment. Oh, wow, wow. Oh, wow, the Star, Pisces. In a row, we've got the High Priestess, Judgment, Star. This person does not want to let go of this opportunity with you. The Death card. The Nine of Wands. Somebody's going to have a realization. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this is something that somebody would like to kind of become more brave with. To admit, to confess, to get off their chest even. Let's get further clues. Wow, the same, almost same exact energies. We have South Node, 11th house, Chiron, Uranus, and 8th house. Yeah, I feel like this needs to kind of like be resolved. I'm feeling more so that you're focused more on resolving things from the so-called past. Like that would be more advantageous for you. I see you not really moving into something, yeah, like completely, if that makes sense. Four of Swords upright. Because even in the new energy stack, I see that there is someone here in your environment, in your energy space. So it's kind of like you might want to resolve that, but always take it as you will. I would be very wary if there is energy coming up from the past that so-called reminds you of something that you know is not. It's like a pattern. Yeah, Ace of Wands upright, High Priestess. Somebody wants to express how they feel to you, Pisces. Maybe they're kind of shy or embarrassed that they have been casting you to the side. This is for some. There is an antagonistic energy or an animosity energy even. I see somebody here wants to bring peace and healing to that here with you. I feel like, yeah, moving on is not the answer. Ace of Swords upright on the Nine of Wands upright. Somebody, whoever has been guarded or defensive, I feel they're going to feel that the answer is to kind of finally surrender. And I see that with the Seven of Cups on the Five of Pentacles. Finding balance here. Okay, so thank you for tuning into that little series there. Let's move into Pisces. in matters of relationships that are current, what is the advice for you that you can work on? And what is the advice of the shadows so that you are aware of the person you're dealing with? Wow. Okay. So, okay, Pisces. Wow. Okay. Your advice. You've got the 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords with the Devil. Some of you have a very strong mind. Naturally, you might have actually literally quite a bit of Gemini in your chart. Gemini coming through, Descendant. Some of you here, there's like almost this like pressure in the mind, like even a paranoia, like you've got so many thoughts here going on, Pisces. I feel like you're thinking almost of like what can go wrong at any moment. I think that Spirit really wants you to concentrate whenever you're feeling sort of out of balance on the time and the energy that you're giving to your thoughts, where you are allowing your thoughts to overrule other factors of your life. I feel like it's really going to come down to the balance and specifically of air energy here. There is like almost this like fear related to even partnerships. I feel like you're addressing partnerships primarily psychologically, and that's giving you a lot of like this feeling of pressure. So yes, what is the energy that might be helpful for Pisces to step into? The Queen of Pentacles upright, Page of Cups upright, and the Hangman. Okay, so I feel like you want to kind of get out of this like nitpicky energy as well and step more into the feeling space. South Node, 11th house, releasing things that you know are not really, you know, gonna matter anyways. Like maybe you're worried, like, well, if I say this, then what are my followers gonna think, or what are my viewers? I'm hearing my friends gonna perceive of my life. Even maybe you're making decisions that you know are gonna be kind of controversial. Let's see the shadow of who you're dealing with if you are in a partnership. It's clear. So definitely a traditional mindset and energy here is something that your partner possibly is moving through, and we cannot feel responsible to move them through that, of course. So this is what maybe you want to work on, and what they possibly are moving through is the Hierophant, Strength card, and the 8 of Pentacles. They are also possibly very much sort of in this driven mind state. They possibly are also feeling they need to be more brave and vulnerable with themselves in that process. Yeah, feeling like it's not do or die, like the things that they do are not going to make or break them. South Node, 12th house, emotional release expression, South Node, 10th house. So there's something here that it's a matter of surrender. I hear that ultimately, right? With the 8 of Pentacles, we see like a lot of resistance even at a certain point. Yeah, so, okay, now I want to pull a quick Celtic cross, those in partnerships. Somebody could have a lot of earth in their chart here. Capricorn specifically, we have the Devil coming up in the current state. If this is not your energy, they are really very much in your energy. They have a lot of Capricorn, possibly Moon, Sun rising, or Sun, Moon rising, or even Venus, Mars, or a stellium in Capricorn even. Let's clear it. This is a very strong focus in the connection right now. Obviously reflectively in your own personal birth chart as well. There's something here going on with the Midhaven energies. feel like you're ready for a new beginning here in relation to where this cycle has moved you to. Yes, yes, absolutely. The Knight of Pentacles upright in the hopes and or fears. Some of you are needing to feel more comfortable in the connection, wanting to feel more compatible in the way that you carry your life out with this person. We have the 8 of Cups in the theme, the Knight of Cups here, and the 5 of Pentacles. We lead out with the 3 of Swords. Some of you feel like you're in a little bit of a stagnation, energy stalemate, like you know that there's a lot of passion and potential here, but then there's a question of where it actually leads to. The 3 of Swords landed in reverse and I turned it right side up. We have the 9 of Cups leading out in the energetic pathway. I feel like you want there to be balance when it comes to finding resolution with this. Let's pull one more set of cards here on top of these cards. I'm not gonna lie, Pisces, I feel like there is this disappointment energy a bit coming in from the past. You feel like possibly you've been feeling really alone in this process. You know, there's something that you want to kind of finally change the pace with and address in a completely new way here. We have the Fool on the 3 of Swords and the King of Wands on the 9 of Cups, the Moon on the Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Swords on the 3 of Wands, Hierophant on the 7 of Pentacles, the Tower on the King of Swords, the Page of Cups on the 2 of Swords, the Knight of Wands on the Devil, the Queen of Cups on the 8 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles on the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you here feel like you are really wanting to be vulnerable with someone, but you're not going to be like putting yourself out there and maybe in the same way that you did in the past. Some of you feel like something is a little bit scary even, I'm not gonna lie, you know, and some of you feel like you're worried about how somebody is going to interpret the decisions you make for yourself in the connection or in your life in general, and I feel like you're ready to step out of that. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm being judged for who I am and what I do and the way that I do it. I don't want to feel like this person or the person that I'm with is defining my projection of my reality even. There's something that you feel is kind of, it needs to be kind of transformed and transmuted, and you do lead out with the Fool upright, which tells me that whatever it is that you've been kind of giving attention to in the past that has been sort of overruling and overriding your sense of connection to maybe even this person or the problems that you both sort of were moving through, I feel this is a major moment of release where you're like, I don't need to make it such a big deal anymore. I hear that. Yeah, some of you realize like you were worrying so much even about how someone sees you. Let's clear it. And I feel there was a lot of like imbalance with the Queen of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. Like, totally, like I felt like I was completely alone in the relationship. This is for some. Some of you are realizing that you're losing the focus and the momentum with what really matters, and so you're wanting to take a step back to allow the energies to resurface. So Pisces, let's clear the energy and let's move into matters of career, Pisces. Some of you here have a huge opportunity on the horizon with the Lovers and the Temperance card. Related to Sag, related to Gemini. It could be a partnership. So maybe somebody here abroad even. Someone is coming through with some kind of idea here for you that's just like purely magical. It feels like kind of just like everything you've ever dreamt of kind of vibe. Like, just perfect for you, Pisces. It's maybe an idea here that you even have. The Tower, yeah. This is going to shake up the way that you show up in your public space and spheres. Some of you possibly are wanting to partner up with someone here. Queen of Swords is right, yeah. You might even decide to sign a contract when it comes to something financial, but also something related possibly even to, again, a work, career, job, maybe even abroad. We see the King of Swords leading into the Death card, leading out of the Tower upright. I see you're thinking about your ideas here. Like there are a lot of them maybe. You've got quite a number of ideas here. Things that you feel are important, you don't want to sacrifice. I hear that as well. Maybe when it comes to choosing whatever this new position is. It's like, well, you know, maybe some of you even have like saved up for something. And you're now thinking, okay, now where do I want to take this? Let's pull a little further. Some of you need to feel more inspired and that you have something that you're kind of moving towards, not just like feeling like you're repeating something here, but that you are reinvigorating, re-energizing, feeling like you're creative in this space is very important. Feeling that you're, it's like you're able to really be real and be who you are and be you with you is almost like everything, Pisces, at this point, the High Priestess at the base of the Sun. The High Priestess, the Three of Swords. Some of you felt like, it's funny, these are the two cards that came through in the relationship partnership reading. I almost read that as the Pool. It's the Fool. There's something you feel you've been neglecting, and I see that you want to invite and reinvigorate your lifestyle even and your work life with a greater sense of pleasure. I hear it like this. It's like work doesn't have to be like not fun. You know, let's clear it. I feel like you've been feeling like you've been pushing yourself into maybe even like work mode in such a way that just hasn't felt truly authentic if we come down to it. Let's pull, Pisces, a long-term spread. Yeah, I feel like you're wanting to be more playful in your career now, Pisces. Or if you're entertaining new options and opportunities, it's like, well, let me at least like sort of prioritize that, you know? Some of you could also be having an awakening when it comes to matters of career. Maybe you want to be, work in a space that's more spiritual even, or focus on healing here. Okay. Oh, you know what, Pisces, before we do that, I'd like to actually pull a few of these shadows. Matters of career. Yeah, your lifestyle. I feel like, again, these exact cards came through earlier in this reading. The South Node 6th house and South Node 7th house. It's like your lifestyle here. And it's funny because the relationship cards came through. That came in your relation. So your career and possibly your relationship life is really, really kind of influenced here equally. Yes, and you have South Node literally coming through. So there's something that you're not interested in. We have numbers, and we have Chiron coming through as well, Neptune as well. Some of you want to feel empowered in your career. Let's move here into the long term. I'm going to do a 6-month spread. So December, January, February, March, April, May. Okay, and there's another card that wants to come out. The High Priestess. Wow. Okay, Pisces, look. You are on the horizon. Oh my goodness. The High Priestess leading out of the 10 of Cups. Some of you here, listen, you come in with the Tower in December, you realize shit's falling kind of apart. It's okay. You lead with the 8 of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, and then you have the King of Cups upright come through for you in, this is April. Okay. You're going to have a completely new outlook here, just in general, when it comes to everything almost. I feel like your life is just going to be completely different here. You got Taurus coming through in the King of Cups, South Node, 3rd house. For some of you here, there could be someone who wants to kind of come through and make amends. There's something here maybe that you're deciding finally you want to address, you want to clear out here. Let's clear. And I just get it as something that feels really, really nice with the King of Cups coming through in April. Let's pull further. I feel like you're going to be just accelerating here after April, and even really in April, there's something that's just going to be completely clear to you. The Magician on the Tower. Okay, so the freaky part here is that you realize that you're really making a turn and you're kind of clearing a lot out here, things that you know don't resonate. Yeah, it's freaky because it's not what it is. It's more like you realize the gravity of what this means. It's like, well, I realize that this is really not me, so I'm releasing it, and that's huge. I'm hearing that. On the King of Cups is the King of Wands. Some of you may actually partner up with somebody here. Very exciting. Temperance. Wow, you might be even traveling here in May-ish. Some of you are going to be very much busy. June, we've got the Fool upright. Wow. Pisces. The Knight of Cups on the High Priestess. Some of you here are going to be reconnecting with someone. Very, very special, very sacred, very important. Let's clear it on the right side of the heart chakra. It's just something that you've been feeling, you've been missing. South Node 6th house on the Knight of Cups with energy levels. This is a surprise, I feel. South Node 3rd house, and I feel like, is that numbers? Some of you are, I get that what you are encountering in, that's January, February, March, with Justice upright, like there's something that you kind of maybe even like decide on or you're configuring, that's going to play out. And even, I get it that it's going to be sort of appreciated or acknowledged or even reciprocated more so in June, July. So enjoy this period, Pisces. Any other clues here? We'll do a quick yes or no. Pick a card. Feel free to concentrate on something here that you'd like insight on. We will have three, we'll do 5 stacks, 5 pick a card stacks, yes or no. Feel free to concentrate on your question here. We'll be bringing insight, advice. As to what it is that you are curious about, concentrating on. Okay. Okay. Feel free to meditate on your question or whatever it is that you're seeking insight on. Feel free as well, if you've got a few options in mind, to sort of assign them to each of these stacks. Like, let's say you're like, well, I don't know which direction, maybe, and this is a general video, of course, this is a video for entertainment purposes only, but in a general way, we'll say, if you've got different options, you can sort of apply them, and I'll let you know which one is sort of the strongest that I'm feeling, that is, holds the most passion even to it, for example. I want to cast the runes as well. Okay. There's a rune. Oh, numbers fell on the ground, actually. And a rune definitely did go flying. Oh my. Where did it go? Oh, wow. Okay, well, I guess we'll find that later. But since it fell on the ground, picked up the Queen of Wands here, and so she was on the ground. We actually didn't shuffle her in. Interesting. Okay. Right off the bat, again, feel free to meditate on these cards. The first card we have the Seven of Wands. The second card we have the King of Pentacles. The third card we have the Nine of Wands. The fourth card we have the Four of Swords. And the fifth card, we have the Page of Swords. Feel free to meditate on these stacks if you'd like further insights as to a yes or no, or just further advice. Let's clear the energy around, further advice here. I feel that the fourth stack is a little bit worrisome to somebody. There's something worrisome to somebody here. It's not that there isn't potential, but it's just a matter of maybe timing. Maybe now is not such a good idea, or now is not the time to take action, whatever that is. I feel that you have to be careful with the fifth stack because there is something exciting here. It seems very exciting, but you still feel like you don't have all the information. I hear that. You might want to research or have more of a conversation here. Some of you here are kind of uncomfortable about what is presented here in the first stack, but you're not sure if it's up to you to sort of define the parameters. I see you're worried if you're thinking about somebody here from your past, you're worried about entertaining that again. You're wondering where they're at in their life now, if it would be the same. It's clear. There's something relatable about the third stack here for you. Maybe this is something that you feel is a good next step. What I'm hearing about the fourth stack is that it can be something very, very inspiring and positive, so-called, but it depends on when it's carried out and the timing. So let's get further clues. Okay, so the advice for the fourth stack is if pursuing whatever this is going to make you even more worried or more freaked out, or it's going to complicate and make you stressed out and feel chaotic, it's not a good time to maybe entertain, but you always take it as you will. Some of you in this last stack, there's something in the fifth stack, there's something that maybe you're considering, but it's almost like you're not sure if maybe even someone would be receptive. There's too many unknowns is what I'm getting here. I don't know if the energy is quite super inviting, especially physically. Okay. Some of you, there's something that is kind of stagnating. Something is kind of quiet even, or frozen almost, with the Queen of Swords, Page of Swords. Some of you are having a very challenging time with the King of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles stack, the second stack. There's something that you're wondering, like, will this change? It's a lot of repetitive energy. The stack that gives me the sensation that things are on the brink of change in the horizon is the King of Swords with the Nine of Wands, the third stack, and the first stack. But really the third stack would be the strongness, yes, because at least you're able to interact about something that has something kind of physically there, if that does make sense. It's almost like there's some kind of viable opportunity here. But of course, always take it as you will. There are no absolutes. This is a general video, of course, right? Of course, justice. So nothing's impossible. Let's pull one more final card here as to yes or no advice from Spirit. First stack. I feel that if you entertain that first stack, it's gonna kind of feel like it. There's either someone, you feel like you rely on someone or somebody relies on you, like it almost feels kind of stagnating. Some of you maybe feel judged as well by that first stack, something feeling judgmental. If you're wondering if you should reach out to somebody, you're not sure if it would just cause more drama. We have the Magician leading in to the second stack on top of the Six of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. I actually really like that energy right there. There could be something that goes through phases where it's like very quiet and very silent, but then it picks up again and it regenerates. So I like that. And I mean, it is the King of Pentacles. We cannot really go wrong with that. I don't see anything kind of like shady happening here. It's just maybe more not the absolute desirous sort of, you know, pace that you want to be moving at possibly. We have the Magician though sitting on that, which tells me that the intention is good. I hear it like this. Interesting, the Four of Cups landing on the Nine of Wands with the King of Swords. As a final outcome card here, I feel that you have a lot of things that, okay, you want, okay, in your life to feel that are not going to be maybe satisfied by whatever the storyline is as you feel it, possibly. We then have the Moon landing on the fourth stack. Yeah, I feel like that, whatever that is, you have the tendency to overthink about whatever that is. So I would maybe just kind of release that. The Knight of Swords, actually the Knight of Wands on the Queen of Swords on the Page of Swords. Let's clear it. Something is a little risky. It's like, well, it can go like this or it can go like that. I feel like there's a lot of impulsive energy here. Like I get somebody who hasn't talked to somebody in years and they want to finally kind of come through and like say something. They're not sure. It's kind of an impulsive thing. I don't really know if I would entertain that. Let's move forward. The first stack we have Descendant. The second we have Gemini. The third stack we have Messages, and I was hearing Massage with Gemini. Then we have Taurus landing on the fourth stack, and we have South Node, 11th house on the fifth stack. There's something kind of competitive in the fifth stack. I feel like you want to just make sure that whatever decision you're making here, you're making it for the right reasons for you. Where at the end of the day, you're going to feel empowered, not like, well, they better respond or they better react, or, you know, it's like you don't want to be in that sort of moment of like needing to feel that, you know, there is a reciprocity energy, because it is maybe a little bit risky. Maybe some of you are worried, like, if I put myself out on the line kind of vibe, like, will they respond? Will I get what I wanted out of that interaction? Possibly. Let's clear around. I feel like you don't want to put yourself in that space. I feel like you want maybe something more grounding, but always take it as you will. Messages coming through on the Four of Cups. Something is moving quite kind of, it's slowly actually with the messages on the Four of Cups. I feel you might realize that something is just not, it's just not where it needs to be at for you, like in terms of vulnerability. In the second stack, again, we have Gemini. I actually, if I had to choose a stack, I would pick the second. If it was like, okay, Natalie, like which storyline should I go with? I would say I personally would feel like I would gravitate more towards the second stack. That just stands out to me as like the most clarifying, energizing potential. So, but always take it as you will. It's always what you make it, and you'll make the decision that's right for you. There's no right or wrong, but in terms of what feels like it's kind of more, kind of realistic even, or accountable, or even like representative of where you've gone, I feel the second stack might be really resonant, partly because there is also so much here that you've sort of not only built, like, it's not like we're looking at the Nine of Wands, which is a little bit out of balance if we do think about it. There's almost this pressure of like, okay, it's a little bit of repetitive as well. The Six of Pentacles, it's telling me that there's balance in some sense as well. Maybe you feel like this is something that you've been really happy with in a certain way to this point. So it's, yeah, and I mean, with the Magician, it's like whatever is sort of kind of has been moving, maybe even slowly, may have the opportunity absolutely to transform and transcend. So I'm just curious, what holds you back from that second stack? Okay, there could be here, it could be a moment where you're thinking about the balance point, okay, between you and another. Maybe it's like, well, are they going to show up? Like, will this actually be a situation that we can manifest in together? Okay, so for some of you are in a connection, but it's not like confirmed. You feel you don't have something tangible to really work off of, but I feel like honestly that may actually even be to your benefit, but always take it as you will. Eight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. I see that maybe at times you get kind of freaked out, like you're worried, well, where will this end up? Will this be something like very particular that I feel like can like actually observe? What I'm getting is that it's more the process actually here with the Six of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles and the Magician and the Gemini card. Yeah, and I like to see this really strong earth energy, but accompanied by the really strong yang of Sagittarius and Gemini, because it's almost like, you know, it's not like there's nothing going on, you know? I mean, yeah, like, well, I'm looking in terms of how you feel in terms of satisfied overall. I get that you are having at least some needs met here. Maybe it's just a question of, hey, like, identifying, okay, maybe in a more vulnerable way, what exactly you are manifesting in this space. It could be like you started a business, you're just kind of like, it's going well, but you're not sure maybe where it will lead. The Five of Pentacles. Okay, so it might be something that's a little bit involved, and there are possibly, you know, sides to the story that are quite challenging, but I feel like you are interested in this space anyways, so I almost see you kind of being like, well, why not? You Ace of Wands, Two Wands of Bright, the World of Bright. Wow. Some of you here, I think it's a matter of just sort of getting invested in this space. But again, this is a general video. You always want to talk to whoever, a specialist, right? When it comes to any investments or anything with your health or anything, always don't make a decision just based on tarot, ever. But yeah, there should be more confirmation. I feel that should you entertain the second stack, there would be moments where you say, I'm so glad I didn't let that go. I'm so glad that I ended up not stepping out due to fear of where this might lead to. And so what I want to do as well is pull a Celtic cross for this second stack, should you choose this second stack. So this is further confirmation. In the beginning, this was a situation that was very sort of limited. It's almost as if you felt like you didn't really know where it was going. It was not really, there were not expectations, but maybe there were a lot of ideas, a lot of sort of strong attraction. In the recent past, we have the Star upright. It started to really test you in ways that you weren't expecting. I almost get it, even like somebody who got involved with somebody and they weren't thinking it was going to be a huge deal, and then it started to really be like, oh my god, wait, but this is huge actually. In the current state, we have the Five of Wands. I see that you're really sort of like, but wait, why, if this is like this, then why isn't it turning out like that? I feel like you're trying to be open-minded about the process that a certain experience moves through, be it if it's moving too slowly or it's just not acknowledging your expectations in the way that you really feel you need it to, right? You know, in this way, let's clear it, in this space, in time. The Four of Wands upright in the energetic pathway leading you out. There is something here that you feel there's pressure in relation to the circumstances around the interaction. Ten of Cups upright in the advice. I feel like you can easily get kind of like in a negative mindset about where the connection leads to. Death card upright in the near future. Wow. Should you move forward with this option here, I feel you will see a side to someone that you've never seen. We have and again, this is a general video. You always want to talk to your financial specialist, analyst, however it is. Yeah, you don't want to make any major decisions here when it comes to anything in life. This is a general video, but let me get the cards off the ground. I feel like for some of you, somebody is coming forward with a confession, and it's very soon. I feel this is coming really soon here. Yeah, I feel like maybe for some of you, you feel like something is hopeless almost. I feel like they're watching you. I feel like if you felt that something was a little bit empty or dry or kind of like sideways here with you, I feel like there is a chance, I hear it like this, that things will change soon. The Empress is upright, leading out in the final outcome. Seriously, if this is resonating, I feel like you're about to step into magic here with this person or this experience or this project. For some of you here, you're going to be traveling here. Wow. King of Swords, yeah. Some of you here, the one thing I feel you're waiting on is the confirmation, like in an obvious way or in a confirmed way. Some of you, this is even a proposal, it can be, with the Four of Wands and the Empress. A few more notes here for Pisces. The Knight of Cups upright. That's it. Magician upright, Ace of Cups, Devil, Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, some of you are very worried about this person because you're not, if it's a person or whatever, or even it could be a company. It's like, well, this company is kind of new or young or however, I don't know, does it have the potential? I feel like, oh my goodness, so you have the Devil coming through with the Knight of Cups. This is possibly dealing with a Capricorn, somebody here who has an idea here for you. They really truly want to make, I'm hearing it also, it up to you. They want to really sort of show you where they're at in their life. So this is a matter of vulnerability. Thank you for tuning in. Love and light to you. Enjoy this period. We'll see you in the next videos. Hit the like button if you like this video, Pisces. Feel free to watch your Venus sign as well if you feel guided. There can always be insights in other signs as well, like your Venus, your Mars, your rising, moon. You might find insights in so many different signs, right? At the end of the day, because we are every sign. So, yeah, let's clear the energy and ground. I think that's about it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you. We'll see you in the next videos.